Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we trade. What do we trade? Headlines for information. I give you headlines, and you give me questions, ideas, comments, suggestions, tips, and we exchange all this information for one reason: to better connect with each other, to better connect with our city, Puerto Vallarta, as a community of English-speaking locals. What a pleasure it is to see you this morning. It is Monday, January the 30th. The first month of the year is almost over, but that's okay. That's what happens. We have not a lot of news this morning. I woke up early in the morning and I figured, okay, if I go back to sleep, I won't sleep enough. So I got up, got creative, did a couple of things that I'm going to show you, but not a lot of news. But that's okay. We'll go with what we have. But before we do that, as always, I welcome everyone to let us know that you are new to the live broadcast by writing the word new. We'll give you a quick hello. And if you have something really important to share, please let us know by adding the letter Q to your comment. And we'll be so very happy to look for it during the comment section. Let's go. The first long weekend of the year is approaching, with Mexico celebrating Flag Day on Monday, February 6th. The actual holiday is the day before, and of course, we'll be preparing a special cultural segment on why we celebrate our flag on this day, or we've done it since 1917 anyway, particularly when the Mexican flag came to be years before. And then, of course, what is it with Mexico and entitled international tourists thinking they can come here and do whatever they want? Does this kind of stuff happen elsewhere? I mean, last year we told you about some gal from Spain who had the huevos to climb the Kukulkan pyramid in Chichen Itza when it is strictly forbidden. When she was brought down by security guards, things didn't go well for her as a crowd surrounded her to call her slurs and attack her. It was not pretty, but this time around, it was a Polish guy, and things didn't go well for him either when he came down. In fact, things went worse for him, as there was an onlooker with a stick. It wasn't pretty. The video is in the article. I tell you, it's like just behave nicely and things will go well for you. But, when you start doing things that are forbidden, enough said. Let's go to the weather. Your weather is impressive. You must be very proud, sir snarky weatherman. Today is 26 degrees, feels like 27. Humidity is at 54. Our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is at 79 degrees. And, of course, our weather for this week is clear through the day with a high of 29 and a low of 18. Tomorrow, Tuesday, is a clear day with a high of 27 and a low of 18. And Wednesday will be a partly cloudy day throughout the day with a high of 28 and a low of 17. So, how was your weekend? I had a great weekend because I got to spend time with sweet, sweet friends that I love very much. In the process of doing that, I discovered a restaurant that has changed names and has changed hands. I'll tell you about that in a second. But first, of course, one of the wonderful, wonderful get togethers that I had this weekend was with my dear friend Zoe and the lovely cigarette girl. They're in town this time around, of course, performing at Encanto. And I always try to get together with them because they are sweet friends. We've made it a ritual every time they come into town. We try to have some kind of adventure. This time it was a lovely lunch hosted by a friend of mine, a friend of ours. And it's always nice to see what the actual entertainers have to say about how things are changing here in Puerto Vallarta in terms of the cultural and art offerings and the entertainment offerings, how things have gotten expensive and whatnot. But most importantly, Zoe is still going to offer a few more shows while she's in town. I believe her last show this time around is on February 14 or thereabouts. If you have not seen Zoe perform live, she is a darling multi-instrumentalist. She plays piano, guitar, ukulele. She juggles balls. She juggles flying saucers. She tells great stories. She's an amazing jazz piano player, and she's an overall great person to enjoy. And this is, of course, happening upstairs at Encanto. Meanwhile, if you are out and about tonight looking for a place to go, there is this show. Well, we've talked to you about Guda Gabor's Monday night reviews and chat shows and all the wonderful things that she does with Mark Hartman at the piano. But today is Seth Sykes' birthday. Happy birthday, Seth. And if there is a show in town that is going to be absolutely crazy wonderful, it's got to be this one. I don't know if there are any seats available still, but tonight at Encanto, instead of having their usual show, what Guda and Mark Hartman are going to do is they're going to celebrate Seth Sykes' birthday. And look at the list of guests. Brandon M. James are going to be there. Kim Kuzma is going to be there. Enrique Allende, Kevin Anthony, and so forth and so on. So if you're looking to get a wonderful selection of amazing entertainers that happen to be in town right now, this is the one show that I would try to get a ticket for. Again, this happens tonight at 7:30 downstairs at Encanto. Yes, it is downstairs at Encanto. I also wanted to give a shout out to dear new friends from our chat, from our project, from Coffee and Headlines. I'm always asking what you guys are up to, how you guys keep yourselves busy. And I want to tell you about the wonderful Sage and her husband, Ashley. Sage, we see her hanging out frequently here on the live broadcast. And I've met Sage a couple of times, and I've met her sweet husband, a guitarist with a name of Ashley. How can you go wrong with people named Sage and Ashley? Well, you know, they are in the business of making happy meals. And I don't mean the kind that you get at McDonald's. I mean happy meals, the kind that make you happy to have a happy meal. And I want to show you their Facebook page, and I'm going to leave it in the show notes because they have this Facebook page called Cultivated Culture Club, The High Table, no pun intended. And they create happy edibles, or edibles to make you happy. They organize private dinners with infused food items, and I can vouch for their happy edibles. I got a lovely sampler treat the other day, and it was definitely happy. So, if that is something that makes your boat float, definitely uh, bookmark this Facebook page. I know that they're having a private event coming up sometime in the middle of February where there's going to be a multi course infused dinner and entertainment and so forth and so on. What a great way to meet a bunch of happy friends. And there you have it. Another one of the things that I want to tell you about, there was this restaurant had been in construction next to Comedor Versalles here in Colonia Versalles. And I had shamed it somewhat. Well, not shamed it. I gave it a little bit of flack because all the publicity that they had hanging on the outside of the restaurant was in English. And I thought to myself, well, you know, some of us speak Spanish here, Spanish being the official language of the country. But what can I say? So Saturday, I was walking to grab dinner with some friends, and I noticed that the restaurant has not only opened, but it changed names. Now it is called Jardín Lisboa, and it is a beautiful place. And of course, we were curious as to what it looked like and why it changed names. And it happened to be the very first night in which it opened. This was Saturday night, and this is what it looks like. Of course, there was nobody there, not a lot of people. The sign actually says that it is a place to enjoy cocktails and sushi. We walked in, we were welcomed by the owner, who is also the owner of a chain of liquor stores called Licoreria El Coyul. And it was one of those things in which, you know that the restaurant is just opened and they're not quite ready, but that's okay. I asked to see the menu 3 times, and the owner, God bless him, he diverted the conversation to something else. And he says, stay and have anything you want. We'll make you anything. And they let us sample some treats, but of course we already had plans to have dinner elsewhere. The place is this very narrow but beautifully outfitted restaurant where, again, they're going to be serving sushi and cocktails. And I'll definitely go back because it looks like a pretty place. And who can go wrong with sushi and cocktails? So I'm going to leave you with their Facebook page in case you want to see it. Jardín Lisboa 169. God bless you, Kathy Souza. Kathy Souza asks, doesn't the place serve Portuguese food? And I think that's a cute question only because, yes, it's on Lisboa Street. It has nothing to do with Lisboa in Portugal. That just happens to be the address of the restaurant. The last thing I want to show you, of course, this morning I got up really early. And I figured, what am I going to do? And a couple of days ago, we were talking about Mexican Yell, the festive thing that we do, and how things can go wrong when you don't know how to make one come out of your throat. So it was early this morning. I figured, what am I going to do? And I said to myself, I'm going to make myself a promo for my upcoming Mexican song lecture. And this is what happened. You tell me what you think. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, you can blame my twisted sense of humor on Bugs Bunny if you want. But hey, if I don't promote myself, who the hell's going to promote me? And while I'm at it, I want to say thank you to the 2 people that have already purchased tickets for it. It's not going to happen for another 2.5 weeks, but It's already moving and shaking. Thank you so very much. Let's see what you guys are up to this morning. Tell me how your weekend went. Tell me what your plans are for this week, and we'll take it from there. Lots of good mornings from wonderful friends. Suzanne says, frigid Chicago. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, Brian, who is going to be my next door neighbor pretty soon, my friend Brian and his husband Chris scored an apartment on the same building as my friends Michal and Barry. Took the bus to El Tuito yesterday. Thanks for sharing. I'm glad you guys did it, and I hope you had a good time. I'd love to hear where you went or what you did. That sounds wonderful. Let's see what else is going on. Another frigid place. This would be Minnesota. Ouch, burr. And speaking of happy, Dan and Kathy went to one of my happy places, Moro Paraíso, a nice way to spend a peaceful Sunday afternoon. Everybody knows, comes up in conversation frequently here, that I love going to Moro Paraíso, and I'm glad that I'll be going to Moro Paraíso sometime within the next couple of weeks. I am excited. Let's see. Mary says, husband and I will be in PV the first week of March. Lovely. Parim pam pum pam pum. Let's see what else. Gary says he saw the report on the Polish guy that climbed the pyramid. Yes, he got a thump on the head, and it was not pretty to look at. Not a good thing. Paula is now a counter, 13 days to go till she gets here. Good for you. Let's see what else. There's a queue. Though several locals know each other, an option for the upcoming lecture can include name tags for newbies such as myself. Gracias, Paco. Newbies for tags for newbies. Well, I suppose I can bring name tags to the lecture if that is important to you. I'll be happy to do that. That's an easy one. Let's see. Tried a Butterfinger bar, finally got unstuck. I love it, Liz. Thank you for expanding your comfort level. Chocolate's a good thing, but, Butterfinger bars are heavenly. And speaking of heavenly, Mark says, have you seen Heavenly Bites Mexico on Netflix? Very strange. I haven't seen Heavenly Bites, so I don't know what it is about, but I'll definitely go and check it out. Robert says, sorry, Paco, please help me find the 2023 Charro event for tickets. Cannot find the We page. Well, it's very easy, Robert. Just go to the show notes for the last day or the day before or the day in which we announced it. I know that it was either on Saturday or Friday, and you will find all the information there. That's what we published the show notes for. Let's see what else we have. Terry says, I'm so glad I booked my tickets for tonight. Thanks again for the member draws. Good for you. Let's see what else. Aye. Oh, so now I know who got tickets for the Mexican celebration. Yay. Thank you very much, Rita. Thank you for your support. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. I'm looking forward to that one. And what else do we have? Holy Double Matt is saying, hola from beautiful Chacala this morning. Chacala, of course, is in Riviera Nayarit. I understand that you had an arts festival or a music festival sometime in the recent past, or maybe it's coming. I've been to Chacala once before, and it is a gorgeous destination. Purim pam pim pam pam. Let's see what else. I don't watch U.S. football often. Neither do I. Harold is watching football. I watch their butts, quite honestly, but I don't like get excited about watching football. What can I say? It's not my thing. And this, my friends, brings us to a very concise coffee and headlines today. I hope that the news outlets will start putting out some interesting stuff. And what else? Oh, and just in case you heard about this, it's very sad. Apparently, a taxi driver was coming down from Conchas Chinas, and he ran over a woman who was killed, and was survived by a young son or daughter. I don't remember what gender it was. And of course, the taxi driver ran away. I hate it when these things happen. And hopefully, the taxi driver will be caught and put through the justice system. Ay, ay, ay. Not a good bit of news to learn on a Monday morning. But I hope your week will be full of sunshine and good news and good vibes. And I will see you again sometime in the near future, hopefully tomorrow morning. Take care.